Hello and welcome to Good Life, the health show with me, Pooja. Well, this is a show that focuses on providing you with solutions to your health-related issues, lifestyle and much more. Well, viewers, it is that time of the year when we enjoy all the winter comforts like heaters and blowers, being out in the sun and bathing with hot water. And overall, a lack of external and internal nourishment can all lead to itchiness, dry and parched skin, and generally unhappy looking skin. So, it is time to take extra care of our skin and follow basic routines to keep your skin glowing even in this chilly weather. Well, for all this and much more, we have with us in studio Dr. Sudeepta Dutta, consultant cosmetologist from Swagat Hospital. So, not to waste any more time, I'll straight away move to her and talk more on the topic which we have taken today. All right, thank you so much, Sudeepta, for coming to our show. So, winter is approaching, so we have to take a good care of our skin. So, that is the topic which we have taken today, that how to take extra care of our skin during winters.
Right. Good afternoon, Pooja. It's good to be back. So, winters are, of course, quite harsh on the skin. So, there has to be a basic skincare routine that we should all stick to. We know that the skin dries up. So, it's not only the external moisturizer that we should be using properly. We should be having a lot of oily supplements in the form of vitamin E supplements, primrose oil, and a lot of B complex and zinc supplements also help protect the skin. Besides that, the sun exposure or the sun protection remains as important in winters too. Many people come and tell me that they use sunscreen only during the summers. But that's not the right thing to do, because in winters also the sun is as harsh as it was in summer.
In fact, during winters it's more actually, because people stay longer time there.
They stay more in the sun. It's only because the temperatures are down, that doesn't mean the sun is less harsher. So UV rays are as harmful as they were in summers. So the sun protection takes a major role in winters. Besides that, the moisturization, that is very important. We should all choose moisturizers as per our skin type. Even the oily skin might turn dry in winters. So it's always good to have get a good assessment of your skin done with the doctor and follow the advice accordingly.
All right. So, what are the basic rules of winter, like winter skincare? So, if that has to be taken care of.
To begin with, the basic skincare of cleansing and moisturizing and sun protection remains the same throughout the year. Only thing is, when your skin type is drier in the winters, we should switch our face washes or our cleansers to alcohol-based cleansers. Say there are cetyl alcohol-based cleansers, which are much less harsh on the skin. They are non-foaming cleansers, so they don't dry your skin as much as a foaming cleanser would. So, it's good to stick to your cleansing and moisturizing and sun protection routine as the rest of the year.
So these are the basic skin routine one has to follow to keep their skin glowing, and as well as in our entire episode we are going to talk on this topic, and the numbers are flashed on your television screens, viewers. So if you have any queries regarding the topic which we have taken today, that is extra care of your skin during winters, so Dr. Sudeepta Dutta is in our studio. Call up and ask your questions, and I'm sure you will get the beneficial answer throughout the episode. All right, doctor, coming back to you again. So basic rules: cleansing, moisturizing and sun protection. That is very important during winters for our skin. Now, if we talk about, there are different types of skin. So each type has to be taken care in their different modes. So is it something like similar, or one has to take an extra care for the oily skin, for normal skin?
Usually with the winters, we see a lot of changes in even the oily skin. It might be drier in the winters. So the moisturizer, of course, needs to be changed as per the weather, as per the temperature changes. So it's always good to go and see your doctor and ask for advice. Like the same moisturizer that you might have been using in summers may not be good enough in winters. You might need a more oilier, creamier base of moisturizer. While we advise water-based or gel-based moisturizers in summers, we might be advising you something which has rich moisturizing agents like cocoa butter, a lot of other ingredients, oily ingredients in the moisturizer would be advisable in the winters.
All right. So if we talk about oily skin, if we talk about the normal skin, let's talk just the basic things about their what kind of care they can take extra. All right, we have a caller waiting, so let's take the call, and then we'll proceed with the conversation. Hello.
Hello.
আমি শুনি আছো আপোনাৰ প্ৰশ্নটো কৰিব হেল্ল'
হয় মই জানিব বিচাৰিছো মানে উইন্টাৰছত কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ স্কিন কেয়াৰ ল'ব লাগে এনে কমন স্কিন কেয়াৰ ডিউৰিং উইন্টাৰ
Okay, common skincare during winters.
হয় স্কিন কেয়াৰ উইণ্টাৰ্ছত মই যেনেকৈ ক'লোঁ মানে যেনেকৈ আপুনি গোটেই বছৰটো নিজৰ কেয়াৰ লয় ক্লেনজিং কৰে তাৰপিছত মইশ্চাৰাইজিং কৰে আৰু ছান প্ৰটেকশ্যন লয় সেইটো উইণ্টাৰ্ছতো একেই থাকিব লাগে ছান প্ৰটেকশ্যনটো ইউজুৱেলি নেগলেক্ট কৰা যায় উইণ্টাৰ্ছত যিহেতু ৰ'দটো কম লাগে কিয় কি টেম্পাৰেচাৰটো ল' থাকে ছান প্ৰটেকশ্যন উইণ্টাৰ্ছতো একেবাৰে সিমানেই ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট যিমান আমি ছামাৰ্ছত ভাবোঁ তো ছান প্ৰটেকশ্যনটো লোৱাটো খুবেই দৰকাৰ কিয় কি এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ছানস্ক্ৰীন থাকে বা এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ মইশ্চাৰাইজাৰ্ছ থাকে যিবিলাকে ইভাপৰেট হৈ যাব নিদিয়ে মইশ্চাৰটো স্কিনৰ পৰা তো ছান প্ৰটেকশ্যনে সেইটো বস্তু হেল্প কৰিব থ্ৰু আউট দ্য ডে যেতিয়া আমি অফিচৰ ভিতৰতো আছোঁ বা এচি যিহেতু আজিকালি চব অফিচেছবিলাকতে এয়াৰ কণ্ডিশ্যনিং থাকে তো সেইটোৱে ফাৰ্ডাৰ ড্ৰাই কৰে স্কিনটোক তো মইশ্চাৰাইজাৰ অন টপ অফ দেট আমি ছানস্ক্ৰীনটো ইউজ কৰাটো উচিত দিনৰ ভাগত আৰু ইভিনিং আমি যেতিয়া ফেচটো ক্লিন কৰোঁ আফটাৰ ৱৰ্ক তাৰপিছত খুব ভাল মইশ্চাৰাইজাৰ থ্ৰু আউট আমি যিহেতু মানে ৰাতিলৈকে নুহোঁ যিহেতু যেতিয়ালৈকে সেই হাইড্ৰেশ্যনটো খুব মেইনটেইন কৰাটো দৰকাৰ ৰাতি শুওঁতে খুব ভালকৈ মইশ্চাৰাইজ কৰি অফক'ৰ্ছ লিপ জেল অন দ্য লিপছ আৰু বাকী চব গোটেই ফেচটোৱে যেন আমি মইশ্চাৰাইজাৰ দি কাভাৰ কৰি শুওঁ সেইটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট ইয়াত তাৰ বাহিৰে ছাপ্লিমেণ্টছ লোৱাটো খুব দৰকাৰ ভিটামিন ই বেছড ভিটামিন বি কমপ্লেক্স জিংক থকা যেনেকৈ মই ক'লোঁ প্ৰিমৰ'জ অইল সেইটো বস্তু খুব বেছি অমেগা 3 থকা অমেগা 3 অমেগা 6 থকা ফেটি এচিড থকা ভিটামিনছ সেইখিনি বস্তু খুব বেনিফিচিয়েল হয় উইণ্টাৰ্ছত
All right, thank you so much for calling. I'm sure you must be benefited with the answer just Dr. Sudeepta gave you. All right, Doctor, coming back to you again. So this was also a very important question for the person who has mentioned. But the thing is that how a person will know about their skin type first. And after that, what kind of problems they can face during winter? So what would you like to say?
Skin type basically যদি আমি ঘৰত চাবলৈ যাওঁ so the main thing that we need to consider is we can look at ourselves in the mirror we can spot the shinier areas on the face which is usually the T-zone. So people who are oily on the who have oily skin they'll have the shine all over the face not only on the T-zone but of course the T-zone will be oilier besides that their cheeks will also be oily so we can use a tissue paper to just touch it on the face and see whether the oil is coming onto the tissue paper. Dry skin would be dry everywhere as I said and normal skin is usually the T-zone will be oilier the rest of the face will be dry so it's a combination skin which we encounter the most so that's how you get to know your skin type if you have doubts even after that you can always go and visit your doctor and get a full assessment done of your face.
All right, we'll come back to the types of skin so let's go across to one of our caller who is waiting. Hello.
হেল্ল' মই আচলতে আপোনালোকৰ প্ৰগ্ৰামটো চাই আছো মই জানিব খুজিছিলোঁ এইটো ভিটামিনৰ কথা এটা কৈ থকা হৈছে মই এনে কেলচিয়াম খাই আছো মোৰ বেবী বয় এটা আছে মানে এতিয়া 8 মান্থছই হ'ল কণ্টিনিউ কৰি আছো 8 মান্থ ভিটামিন চি খাই আছো এতিয়া আৰু মাল্টিভিটামিন এটা খাই আছো এইকেইটা মই কণ্টিনিউ কৰি আছো এইকেইটাৰ কিবা বেনিফিট হ'বনে স্কিনৰ কাৰণে
কেলচিয়ামৰ বেনিফিটটো ইউজুৱেলি আমি চুলি বা নখ আৰু হেয়াৰ মানে যেনেকৈ ক'লোঁ মই সেইখিনি বস্তুত আপোনাৰ কেলচিয়াম বেনিফিচিয়েল হয় অফক'ৰ্ছ স্কিনৰ কাৰণেও দৰকাৰ কিন্তু আপোনাৰ স্কিনৰ কাৰণে যিটো মেইন আপোনাৰ ইণ্টেগ্ৰিটিটো মেইনটেইন কৰিবলৈ সেইটো হ'ল জিংক আপোনাৰ স্কিনৰ কাৰণে খুব দৰকাৰ বি কমপ্লেক্স স্কিনৰ ভাল থকাৰ কাৰণে খুব দৰকাৰ গোটেই B12 ভিটামিনছখিনি তাৰ বাহিৰে ভিটামিন ই ইজ এ ভেৰি গুড এণ্টি অক্সিডেণ্ট তো সেইটো আপুনি উইণ্টাৰ্ছত যদি লয় তো আপোনাৰ স্কিনৰ ইণ্টেগ্ৰিটিটো বেছি ভালকৈ মানে ড্ৰাইনেছটো কণ্ট্ৰল হ'ব প্ৰিমৰ'জ অইল মই আকৌ মেনশ্যন কৰিছোঁ ওমেগা 3 ফিছ অইলছ যিবিলাক কোৱা হয় সেইখিনি বস্তু খুব বেনিফিচিয়েল উইণ্টাৰ্ছৰ কাৰণে কেলচিয়ামৰ এটা ডেফিনেট এটা পিৰিয়ড থাকে আপুনি 3 মাহ খালে তাৰপিছত আপুনি এইটো প্ৰিছক্ৰাইবড ল'লে বেছি ভাল আৰু আপোনাৰ যিহেতু বেবী হৈছে তো পষ্ট প্ৰেগনেঞ্চি আপুনি পষ্ট লেক্টেশ্যন পিৰিয়ডত আইৰণ আৰু কেলচিয়াম দুটাই আপুনি লোৱাটো উচিত তাৰ বাহিৰে আপুনি এইখিনি ভিটামিনছো লগতে ল'ব পাৰে একো অসুবিধা নহয়
All right, thank you so much for calling. So doctor, let's talk about if a person has a oily skin, if a person has normal skin. So what kind of problems they might face during winters and what is the treatment behind that?
Right. Most of the people who come to us in winters would be complaining of either dull skin, their skin is not glowing at all. There might be patches of dry skin on the face. So usually would advise the do's would be moisturize as I said, moisturize as many times as you can. We usually advise 8 to 10 times in a day day, you can moisturize even 20-25 times in a day, no problem with that.
Okay.
You have to keep your moisturizer handy throughout the day. Every time you touch your face, just sanitize your hands or wash your hands and then moisturize. You don't need to wash your face too often.
Okay.
Cleansing is, as I said, as important in winters, but with the right cleanser, as I said, alcohol-based cleansers are very, very beneficial. Cetyl alcohol, there is stearic acid, which is very, very beneficial for the cleansing of the face. So that should be done as in summers, twice in a day. Besides that, we should avoid washing our face too much with water, even water in the winters. And you can moisturize layer after layer. You don't need to wash every time you put your moisturizer or your sunscreen.
So what do you advise, doctor, like if a person washes his or her face like quite a number of times, so is it advisable to just clean it with water, or they can use some kind of face wash which is applicable and which is suitable for the skin type?
Right. As I said, Pooja, the non-foaming cleansers would be more beneficial. In the, of course, there are people who have oily skin. They might have outbreaks, I mean, the zits in the winters also, but then they should be using the face washes. Those are salicylic, mandelic acid face washes, might dry the skin a lot. So they should be sparingly using it. Like in case you are having a lot of oil in your face, of course you can use those the same face wash, salicylic acid face washes. But then if the winters are causing dryness for oily skin people also, then they should use it once in a day, and rest of the times they can use water, plain water, to control the oil. And avoid using too cold or too hot water on the face, because both are drying to the skin. So we should try to use lukewarm water every time we wash our face. So that's how you can maintain the moisture level.
So what do you recommend, gel based or cream based face wash, or which is like applicable?
Face washes are usually, as I said, cetyl alcohol and alcohol based face washes are usually advised in the winters, because they are non-drying to the face. So those are ones that can be used throughout the year for dry skin people also. But then normal skin people and even the people who have oily skin might need these face washes in the winters. And of course, those people who have oily skin, they should be going for salicylic acid, mandelic acid based, glycolic acid based face washes. So that way the acid will be controlling the oil. So that is usually advised in the summers, and they might need it in the winters, but they need to use it sparingly.
All right, we'll have more conversation, doctor, but we have to slip into a short break. All right, viewers, we'll slip into a short break, but do come back soon, because we have lots more on the other side. Welcome back, viewers. We are still watching Good Life, the health show with me, Pooja, and we are having a fruitful discussion on winters, what kind of skin you have and what kind of care do you need during winters. And Dr. Sudeepta Dutta is in our studio to give you all the fruitful answer. But Doctor, coming back to you again, so we were having a conversation regarding the skin type, what kind of problems they might face. Now let's talk about, does winter affect all types of skin?
It does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I said, dry skin would be drier, oily skin might be dry, and the combination skin might also feel dryness. So winters can be harsh on all skin types. So as I said, the moisturizers that you have been using in summers may not be good enough for winters. So it's always good to switch to richer moisturizers, cream-based, oil-based moisturizers in the winters.
So which is the right time to switch, doctor? How a person will come to know? Maybe
once we start,
once
the autumn is coming, we start feeling the dryness on the skin.
Gets dry most of the time.
That's when. Right.
All right.
And as I said, sun protection is as important. Of course, the base of the cream or the product that we have been using can be switched. Usually summers can be too make your skin too sweaty and oily, so we usually go for gel based, water based products, aqua based products, but then it's always advisable to go for a cream or an oil based product in the winters. So what kind of suggestions do you want to give regarding the things which one has to avoid during these kind of as I said, the change of products is quite necessary as per the change of weather. Besides that, I would tell people not to scrub their faces during winters too often. Yes, because your skin is dry, and scrubbing, trying to scrub away the dead cells won't be a good thing to do. It's only going to make your skin further dry, more dry. So it's advisable not to scrub your face too often during winters. Do not go for multani mitti kind of packs, the clay packs in the winters.
That becomes more dry.
Yes, that's how your skin becomes drier. So as I said, moisturizing creams are there available in the market, which you can use even at home. You can use it as a massaging cream.
And actually, aloe vera is also very good for skin.
Aloe vera, yes, can be suitable, yes, for some skin types. But as I said, yes, aloe vera or any raw vegetable or fruit is not advisable for the skin directly, direct application. So it's always good to go for processed products like gel-based products which has aloe vera in it. It might have a base or a acid base compound which can neutralize the otherwise raw effect of the fruit that you are using. So it's always good to go for processed gels or creams or lotions, not to use the raw product on the face directly.
We also have heard like some use some kind of like they use potatoes also, then tomatoes also, some kind of home remedies or home kitchen, from the kitchen they also like use those products on their
directly
skin,
on the face while cooking
it
also.
It is not advisable.
Yes, because most of the vegetables, as we know, they usually have some acid ingredient, more acid ingredient in the face. So it might be harsh on the face at times. So it's good to mix it up with, take good proper advices, like you can mix it up with a hydrating agent like honey. You can mix it up with a teaspoonful of cream to make it basic and a neutral agent on your face, so that the acid and the base, they both neutralize each other and they don't harm your skin.
So is sun protection very important in winters, doctor?
Yes, as much, because people have the habit of sitting out in the sun more in the winters. So it's always advisable to protect your skin with the sun, I mean your sunscreen throughout the year. Irrespective of the change in the weather or the temperature. Right. As I said, sun protection doesn't only indicate the chemical sunscreen that you're using. Chemical sunscreen is the gel or the cream or the lotion that you're using. We call them chemical sunscreens. Besides that, physical sunscreen is as important. If we combine the two, then you get the proper sun protection. So using a sunscreen cream, gel, lotion, whatever, and using umbrellas or stoles or cover-ups, caps. So those are advised.
Whichever way is possible for you to just hide your skin.
Because the sun is not as good as it used to be. It's very harsh on the skin, so we should all be protected.
Right. Okay, doctor, now apart from skin, now if we talk about hair, how important is winters, and do you get to see hair problems also often during winters, and do you get that kind of cases also?
Right. Winters, as I said, is harsh on the skin. So skin also includes the scalp skin. So the scalp skin becomes dry too. So people who might not have dandruff or they don't have dandruff might have flaky scalp skin. So they might confuse that with dandruff.
All right, doctor, we'll come back to that. We have a caller waiting, so let's take the call first. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hi, I wanted to ask doctor, like I have, as she mentioned earlier, I have a combination skin.
Okay.
Yes.
So I am having eruptions on my forehead, some kind of, what kind of, regime would you suggest for my type of skin?
Okay. So the eruptions on your forehead can indicate a scalp problem. You might have infection in your scalp, you might have dandruff in your scalp, or your scalp might be oily too. So that might be reflecting on the forehead, because the forehead skin is continuous with your scalp skin. So you should be taking care of your scalp hygiene. You should be avoiding using oil overnight. You should be using a salicylic acid or a ketoconazole based shampoo at least twice in a week. till you go and see your doctor. If it is controlled by the shampoo that I am advising, then you can avoid going to your doctor also. But as I said, your scalp hygiene has to be maintained. You should also take care that you don't oil your scalp overnight or keep oil on your scalp throughout the day, and use the shampoo containing salicylic acid and ketoconazole, as I said. And besides that, of course, anti-acne gel containing benzoyl peroxide can be used for the eruptions that you have on your forehead.
All right, thank you so much for calling. So this is also a very important question which the caller has put on.
Yes.
All right, doctor, let's talk about the hair problems during winters.
Yes.
Do hair also get affected?
Yes,
during
they
winter?
do. So winters can be harsh, as I said, on the skin, the hair, both. So we should, as I said, know the difference between dandruff and flaky skin.
Okay.
So that's when you need to go and see your doctor. But of course, there are, as I said, salicylic acid based shampoos. There are ketoconazole based shampoos that can be used effectively to cleanse the scalp.
Okay.
And we should, as I said, 3 to 4 days of hair wash in a week is mandatory for everyone.
Okay.
So we should not be lazy in the winters and not wash our scalp, because that might lead to a lot of dead cell accumulation in your scalp, which might lead to dandruff. Because dandruff is a fungus which gets to seeks moisture to grow.
Okay.
So it's the dead cell layer or the oil in your scalp, the sebum in your scalp might prove to be a good medium for its growth. So we should take care of our scalp hygiene during winters.
So you have mentioned that oiling at night is not recommendable.
Right.
So we have seen that people, they oil at night, and they keep it, maybe they think that they will wash it next day. So is it not advisable?
As doctors, we would say the oil would not benefit you more than just moisturizing your hair. So it's always good to...
So it has nothing to do with the time period.
Right. We don't need to leave it overnight that long, because it's further going to cause oily scalp, as I said. It will be more problematic for people who have oily skin. It might add oil to your already oily face.
Okay.
It might also increase your dandruff. So it's advisable to use your oil just before your bath. Say leave it on for about 1 hour. You can go for a hot towel therapy after that and then wash it off.
All right, doctor, we have a caller.
Right.
So let's take the call. Hello.
হেল্ল' মই একচুৱেলি মোৰ দাদাৰ বিষয়ে সুধিব বিচাৰিছিলোঁ। তেখেতৰ কি হৈছে, হেলমেট পিন্ধি থাকে, চুলিব অলপ অলপ পকিছেও, পকাটোতকৈ তেওঁৰ বয়স 34 হৈছে, পকাতকৈ প্ৰব্লেমটো বেছি হৈছে তেওঁৰ চুলিবোৰ গোটেই সৰিছে, মানে ঠিক ফৰহেডটো সেইটো পাতলা হৈ হৈ গৈ আছে চুলিবোৰ, হেয়াৰ ফলটো।
হয় হয় মেল হয় কওক কওক
গেষ্ট্ৰিকৰ প্ৰব্লেমো আছে, গেষ্ট্ৰিকৰ প্ৰব্লেম।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হয়, গেষ্ট্ৰাইটিছৰ প্ৰব্লেমৰ লগত বিশেষ আপোনাৰ হেয়াৰ লছৰ ৰিলেশ্যন নাথাকে, কিন্তু আপোনাৰ যদি কাৰোবাৰ ধৰক ডাইজেষ্টিভ কিবা প্ৰব্লেম আছে, ডাইজেষ্টিভ ট্ৰেক্টৰ প্ৰব্লেম আছে, আপোনাৰ খুব বেছি লুজ মোশ্যনছ হয় বা মানে ধৰক আপোনাৰ এবজৰ্পশ্যনৰ কিবা অসুবিধা আছে, তেতিয়া হ'ব পাৰে তেওঁৰ ডেফিচিয়েঞ্চি হৈ পেলাই, ভিটামিন ডেফিচিয়েঞ্চি হৈ পেলাই হেয়াৰ লছ হ'ব পাৰে। এতিয়া হেয়াৰ লছৰ যিটো কথা, মেইলৰ যিটো হয়, এইটো আমি আৰম্ভণিত সদায় দেখা পাই আপুনি ফ্ৰণ্টতে চুলিখিনি দুটা ছাইডৰ পৰা যায়, তাৰপিছত লাহে লাহে গৈ পেলাই ক্ৰাউন ইনভলভমেণ্ট হয়। তো সেইটো মেইল পেটাৰ্ণ বলনেছ বুলি কোৱা হয়। তো এছেছমেণ্টটো খুব দৰকাৰ, সেইটোত আহি পেলাই যদি ডক্টৰক দেখাব পাৰে তেতিয়া সেইটো ভাল হয়। পকা চুলিৰ কেইবাটাও কাৰণ হ'ব পাৰে। এটাটো হ'ল আপোনাৰ প্ৰিমেচৰ গ্ৰেইং আমি ধৰোঁ, যদি 35 বছৰৰ আগত কাৰোবাৰ চুলি পকিছে, 35 ইয়াৰ্ছৰ পিছত পকাটো আমি নৰ্মেল ধৰোঁ, সেইটো আমাৰ নৰ্মেল গ্ৰেইং বুলি ধৰা হয়। প্ৰিমেচৰ গ্ৰেইঙত আমি ইউজুৱেলি এছেছমেণ্ট কৰাটো খুব দৰকাৰ। আপোনাৰ গোটেই ব্লাডত আমি ডেফিচিয়েঞ্চি কিছুমান থাকিব পাৰে, মিনাৰেল ডেফিচিয়েঞ্চি থাকে মষ্ট অফ দ্য টাইমছ, আপোনাৰ কেলছিয়াম, মেংগেনিজ, চেলেনিয়াম, এইখিনি বস্তুৰ কমি গ'লে আমাৰ প্ৰিমেচৰ গ্ৰেইং দেখা যায়। তো সেইখিনি বস্তু মাল্টিভিটামিন ছাপ্লিমেণ্টছ ল'ব লগা হয়। আৰু কিছুমান ক্ষেত্ৰত সেইটো বস্তু হেৰিডিটৰী হ'ব পাৰে, যদি ফেমিলিত আছে মাদাৰ ছাইডত, মেটাৰ্নেল ছাইড বা পেটাৰ্নেল ছাইডত, যে কাৰোবাৰ আগতে পকিছিলে এনেকুৱা কম বয়সত, তেতিয়া সেইটো বস্তু হেৰিডিটৰী হ'ব পাৰে। সেই অৱস্থাটো আমি কিছুমান এনেকুৱা এডভাইচ কৰোঁ, হেয়াৰ চলিউশ্যনছ লগালে যেতিয়া আপোনাৰ ৰিপিগমেণ্টেশ্যন হয় চুলিৰ, মেলিটিন থকা কিছুমান হেয়াৰ চলিউশ্যনছ লগাব লগা হয়, আৰু ভিটামিনছ খাব লাগিব অলপ দীঘলীয়াকৈ, 4 মাহৰ পৰা 6 মাহ। হয়।
All right, thank you so much for calling. So, Doctor, we are really short of time. So, what would you like to give suggestions to our viewers on your last note, and what kind of tips you want to give it to them?
Right. I tell everyone not to be lazy in the winters, because the temperatures are low. You might be a bit lazy, but taking care of your skin is more important in the winters, because you want a glowing skin throughout the year. So, as I said, the 3 rules would be cleansing, the moisturization, and the sunscreen. Sun protection would be be as important throughout the year. So as I said, do not be lazy, take care of your skin, drink lots of water and take vitamins. So, yes,
all right.
happy
Thank
winters.
you so much for giving those beneficial and those lovely tips. I'm sure the viewers who have watched our show must be benefited. And with this, we have come to the end of the show, and we hope that we were able to answer all your queries in the best possible way. And in our next episode, we will be discussing on some other important health issues. So if you have any queries, do join us next Saturday at 3:30 p.m. live. Till then, stay healthy, stay fit, and keep watching Northeast Live. Goodbye.